Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley had surprisingly strict dress code for Lindsie. In a shocking twist, Todd Chrisley had a surprisingly strict dress code for his eldest daughter, Lindsie Chrisley. Though the two had a strained relationship for many years, they did reconcile before he went to prison for 12 years. Now, the 35-year-old is opening up about being a Chrisley daughter and the rules she had to abide by. Keep reading for further details. Todd Chrisley's strict dress code for Lindsie. Lindsie Chrisley has been shunned by her siblings, especially her younger sister, Savannah Chrisley. They had all come together before their parents, Julie and Todd Chrisley, were sentenced. In October 2022, Lindsie appeared on Savannah's podcast, and it looked like they were mending whatever broken fences had been there in the past. Unfortunately, that did not last long, as Savannah alleged her sister was to blame for their parents' conviction. More so, she claimed Lindsie had been a snitch and the relationship fell apart and has been irretrievably broken. Fortunately, both girls are still very close to Todd's mother, Nanny Faye Chrisley, and she will pop by both podcasts. She was just on Unlocked discussing the holidays and Savannah's boyfriend, Robert Shiver. Nanny also predicted when she foresees Todd and Julie coming home. She was also on Lindsie's Southern Tea podcast, talking about moving and major life changes. Now, Lindsie is opening up about what it was like growing up with Todd as her father and the strict rules he enforced upon her. According to People, Todd Chrisley had a very strict dress code for Lindsie Chrisley when she was a teenager. This is interesting given he was all about making his children and himself as pretty as possible. She dished on this during her Coffee Convos podcast, which she co-hosts alongside teen mom alum Kaylin Lowry. Lindsie noted Todd was against her wearing skirts or skirts because he absolutely was not being a part of that. How did this come up? So, how did the whole dress code situation even come up? After all, Kaylin Lowry has 6 boys and an infant daughter, Valley. Therefore, she has not made it to the tween or teenage part of worrying about what her daughter is wearing just yet. Apparently, Lindsie Chrisley was interested in Kaylin's opinion on a new fad that girls are wearing called butterfly skirts. Lindsie is also a boy mom with her son, Jackson, being just 11. Kaylin noted that girls should be free to express themselves because they are not the problem, she added. Behind the dazzling lights of reality television, the Chrisley family has always projected a picture of Southern charm mixed with high-end glamour. Todd Chrisley, patriarch of the Chrisley Knows Best empire, has never been one to mince words or let go of control. But even die-hard fans were taken aback when Lindsie Chrisley, his estranged eldest daughter, recently revealed just how far that control extended into her teenage years, including a surprisingly strict dress code that bordered on obsession. In a bombshell podcast episode, Lindsie opened up about the fashion rules that once governed her every move, and how those rules shaped the complex relationship she shares with her father today. "I couldn't wear tank tops," Lindsie said, "even on the hottest Georgia days. If it showed my shoulders or my back, it was deemed improper or not befitting a young lady." The rules didn't stop there. Lindsie revealed that Todd had a running list. Yes, an actual written list of what she could and couldn't wear. Crop tops? Absolutely not. Shorts above mid-thigh? Forbidden. Ripped jeans? Only if the rips were aesthetic and not vulgar. And God forbid she tried to wear anything backless, sheer, or strapless to a family event. He had this thing about modesty, Lindsie said, with a mix of amusement and exasperation. But it wasn't just about being modest. It was about image, his image. Todd Chrisley, known for his razor-sharp one-liners and unrelenting focus on perfection, often played the role of fashion police in the Chrisley household. According to insiders close to the family, he didn't just advise his children, he enforced. He'd make Lindsie go back upstairs and change, sometimes 3 or 4 times before leaving the house, said a former family friend. It was like living in a boot camp for Southern pageant queens. The dress code wasn't confined to just clothes. Lindsie claimed her father also had strict opinions on makeup, hair color, and even nail polish. Any shade too loud or edgy was a no-go. Hair that wasn't smooth and polished, redo it. Lipstick that drew too much attention told me I looked like a backup dancer in a Britney Spears video, Lindsie recalled. I was 16 and wearing a smoky eye. For Todd, appearances mattered. Not just to maintain the perfect image for their reality show, but because, according to Lindsie, he deeply believed his children were an extension of himself. If I walked out the door looking like a rebellious teen, it reflected poorly on him, she explained. That was the unspoken rule. Though the strict dress code seemed extreme, Lindsie admitted that, at times, it came from a place of love, albeit a controlling version of it. He used to say, "No daughter of mine is going to be objectified. I want people to see your heart, not your headline," Lindsie said. But what he didn't understand was that his control made me want to rebel harder. And rebel she did. In college, Lindsie went through a freedom phase, cutting her hair, experimenting with bold looks, and posting photos online that would have sent Todd into a tailspin. I wore what I wanted, and it felt liberating, she said. But it also widened the rift between us. Their strained relationship, which eventually played out on and off screen, had more layers than just fashion policing. But many fans believe Todd's intense focus on controlling Lindsie's image was one of the first cracks in their bond. Now, as an adult and mother herself, Lindsie has taken a very different approach with her own child. I let my son wear mismatched socks if he wants. I let him express himself, she said, because I know how it feels to be stifled. In true Todd fashion, he hasn't remained silent on the subject. Though currently keeping a relatively low profile following his prison release, a source close to the family claimed Todd was disappointed by Lindsie's recent comments and felt they painted him unfairly. He believed he was doing what was best, the source said. In his mind, protecting Lindsie from the world meant keeping her polished and proper. But Lindsie isn't buying it anymore. I love my dad, but that kind of love came with conditions, she said. I had to dress the part to be accepted. Fans of Chrisley knows best remember the polished family image, the channel bags, tailored suits, and magazine-worthy group photos. But few knew the uncomfortable reality behind it. The policing, the dress code checks, and the underlying pressure to present perfection at any cost. Ironically, it's Lindsie's willingness to break free from that narrative, to speak out about her truth, her teenage years, and her struggles, that's making her more relatable than ever. Her confession has opened up conversations online, with fans and critics alike debating whether Todd's parenting style was protective or possessive. He probably thought he was doing the right thing, one fan wrote on social media, but girls should be allowed to dress like teens, not beauty queens. Others were more critical. That level of control is toxic, one user posted. No wonder she distanced herself. As for Lindsie, she's still unpacking it all. The dress code, the father-daughter dynamic, and the ongoing tension between who she was expected to be and who she truly is. I'm not bitter, she said, but I am healing. And part of that healing is telling the story. In the end, the Chrisley's reality TV world may have been dressed in designer labels and sparkling facades, but underneath it all were stories of control, struggle, and daughters like Lindsie, who had to fight for the right to wear their own identity.